You know how in those TV shows they're like, and our story so far, and Supernatural, my favorite, it's the road so far. Well, I kind of had a readjustment phase where I was thinking about things the other day and I was kind of bummed. So I was kind of in that bummed frame of mind. And I was like, you know what? This isn't where I thought my life would be at all. How old am I? I'm 35. I have 2 kids. I am trying to get my life back together after divorce. I have a part-time job, which is a really good part-time job, obviously, that I left a full-time job from to have the kids and everything. What I expected from my life at this point was that I would be happily married on my homestead, raising my kids, the help of my partner. I wanted to kind of grow the family farm into fiber and fiber arts. I wanted to do a CSA with the crops. I wanted to do like I had the whole list of stuff that you can check out on the old YouTube that talks about, the goals and the plans that I had. I was talking to the spirit guide because what you do, and I was like, you know what, I wonder sometimes, and I had wondered while I went back to him temporarily, if I was willing to compromise and stay and literally have everything that I had, everything that I wanted, everything that I expected, the exception of the helpful partner. Literally, that's it. I had everything else. We didn't have a lot of money given. We didn't have fancy cars or anything like that, but that's not what I wanted. What I wanted was a homestead close to the farm, 2 kids, the dogs, the chickens, a place to have a garden, and a little homestead and a small business of my own that I could grow or shrink as needed. The things that were unexpected, Dean's autism, that certainly threw a wrench into the classical raising children thing. Not a big deal in the long run. What else? Health issues. My health issues were a tremendous wrench in the system. But that helped me realize that I couldn't do it alone. Literally, I could not physically do it alone. So even if I had compromised and stayed in a terrible relationship, I still was not able to do everything by myself. And that was kind of like my line in the sand. You know what I mean? And that if I couldn't do it myself, well, then really what was the point of being miserable? So I left. And that sucked because to me, it's a relationship failure. It's a huge relationship failure. Divorce with kids is terrible. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Nobody expects that, right? Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Nobody expects divorce either. It sucks. But people change, the stress of being married, the stress of having kids, the stress of a lot changes people. And that's how we evolve, right? But we can either evolve for the better or evolve and things fall apart, right? So here I am kind of having a freak out about how I expected my world to be and how it is now, and they're completely different things. I expected to have a full-time job again at this point, It's been a while, and I still haven't, unfortunately, found anything that works with the hours and pays decently, okay? Now, my version of decently and other people's version of decently is probably a little different because I make really good money working part-time. So I thought to myself, why aren't you taking the ideas that you had and changing them a little so that they can hopefully work in the now? And I said, self, that's a genius idea. It happens occasionally, right? And it may not work at all, but it might, and that would be awesome. So, from a complete bummer moment of being like, oh my God, my life sucks. This isn't what I wanted. I want to be happily married. I want to be raising kids. I want to be running around the farm with the kids and the dogs and doing stuff, I want that. I can't have it how I wanted it, but I can do it differently. So, a light bulb moment, right? Click, 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 yay! If I find that changing my perspective sometimes makes me realize really weird things. Like, why can't I still do one of my big ideas, if you go back and look, and if you don't, I'm telling you, so there, was to kind of have a maker space for people who make stuff. For me, it's the handmade, homemade thing. That's always my big stuff. To help people in agricultural families like ours that have a season where you do the crops and you do, all your hard work during the summer, which is when you make the money, and then you kind of ride out the winter, and it sucks because you're poor, but you're planning for the whole cycle to start again. Well, a lot of people make stuff. Quilts, what else? Like soaps, we did the soaps, we did the perfumes, we did all this other stuff. And I'm like, why can't I help those people get together, get a maker space? And then my idea was kind of like a pop-up shop for like the holidays and maybe for the spring and summer. But some people's goods, like our goods, the goat soap, perfumes and stuff, you can't sell that during the summer because of the heat. Literally, the soaps melt because there's a high fat content. In order to give it the best luxurious quality, but in the summer, you can't sell that outside of craft fairs. It will melt, And for the essential oil perfumes, I always fear attracting bees because it really is rose oil. It really is, lavender. And the heat and the humidity and everything is terrible for essential oils and perfumes. And, I don't want anything going rancid. So I had always planned kind of for fall. And I was talking to a few of my friends, just kind of talking, throwing ideas around. And they were like, yeah, we're all in. Let's do it. And I'm like, well, there we go. Signs, bam, signs. Why not? And if we start it and we don't find a space, well, we tried, right? Maybe we'll try again next year. Maybe we'll find somebody to give us a grant to pay for a space, like in the mall, although probably not in the mall, pretty expensive spots. But, maybe a spot at the Apple Festival. It's usually cool enough by then to do that sort of thing. But to find people who make different stuff, so like someone who does textiles, someone who does yarn, someone who does soaps. Like, I don't want people competing, so that's why I'm trying to be cautious about who I tell people about, because I have a lot of friends that make soap, a lot, and that's great, but I don't want them to compete with each other. So I'm trying to figure out what their specialties are, or perhaps their signature scents, so that I can kind of highlight everybody equally. We'd had a Sunnyside Farm, who was a neighbor of our family farm, who did stuff like almost every weekend during the summer, during the fall, trying to help local people out like that and do that. But unfortunately, her husband had a pretty serious health issue last fall, and they unfortunately haven't been able really to do much of anything. So I don't see that as an option for now. It was great because it was right on the Harford County, PA line. A lot of my maker friends are over the line, but a lot of them, of course, are in Harford County, so I figure we'll stay local. So I'm going to do something with that. I don't know what, but something. I'm doing something. And it kind of made me realize I don't have to give up on everything just because things have changed. So since I haven't been able to find a full-time job, I might as well do something on the side with myself to make money, because I still need money. Who doesn't like to eat? Really like to eat, okay? I'm going to do something. So please take this as an inspiration or a reminder that even if things are bad now, they're going to change soon, probably sooner than later, so hold on. And that you're officially out of excuses. So all those things that you wanted to do them. Okay. I love you. I love you so much. If you have any feedback or any ideas, please let me know. I really have been a huge fan of my friend up in New York, close to Lilydale, who literally has done what I wanted to do with my life. She has a fantastic partner. They're raising llamas right now, doing fiber arts, and she does all the yarn and the knitting, and she's amazing. So I want to steal her ideas and use them for our own good. All right. So if you find somebody like that you like, connect with them, talk to them, find a mentor, that sort of thing. Don't give up, don't stop. Keep pounding the pavement till you get what you want, get what you need, get what you love. And I love you. All right. Have a wonderful day, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.